Welcome back to Nacho Wrestling, and in today's video, we're going to be doing something new. A SummerSlam 2024 review. SummerSlam 2024 is in the books, and by all accounts, it was an electric show from top to bottom. Headlined, of course, by two major story developments. One being the Judgment Day breaking up, and two being the return of our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Throw up your ones. Before I get into the match-by-match breakdown, I want to tell everyone how I will be rating my matches. I will be giving my ratings in the form of tortilla chips, 1 being doo-doo poopy, and 5 being the best of the best. With that out of the way, let's jump into the match-by-match breakdown and award some tortilla chips out to the matches. Starting with the opener, Rhea vs. Liv. Rhea and Liv set a very high bar for the rest of the show in terms of match quality and storytelling from all involved. I personally had Rhea getting the win, mainly because I thought once she came back from injury, they would just want to get the belt back on her, seeing as she is the main character of Monday Night Raw. I am glad that they went with the more story-driven idea of having her lose and being turned on, so that it will advance the story of the Judgment Day breakup. And I also am interested to see where this Dom and Liv relationship goes in the next couple of weeks. That being said, I give this match 4 tortilla chips. Moving on to Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. And just like the match itself, this one is going to be a very short conversation about it. Of course, this match was super short. I did not expect these guys to only go 6 minutes, maybe even less than that. But what they did in those 6 minutes was completely fine. It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything to write home about. But it also wasn't the worst thing in the world either. 2.5 tortilla chips. Next up, we have former United States Champion versus LA Knight. I'm not going to speak much on this match either. It was a paint-by-numbers match for the former United States Champion. He did have a couple of decent spots during the match, stealing Kota Ibushi's springboard moonsault to the outside. And he was soundly beaten by one BFT. So other than that, not much else to say. 3 tortilla chips. Next up, we have Bayley versus Nia Jax. And I will say that I have been enjoying a lot of Nia's work lately, and I was never a huge fan of hers to begin with. However, I do think she has had an opportunity to do something really interesting with that title and Tiffany Stratton going forward. So it will be interesting to see what those two do together as a heel and heel with the title and the briefcase. 3.5 tortilla chips. Moving on, we have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk for the custody of that bracelet. Now, I did see a lot of people on Twitter were not happy with this whole bracelet idea, and they thought it was childish and goofy. I personally love the idea of the bracelet, because material possessions are very important to some people. Yeah, they may not be important to you, but they are important to them. And that's why it's so important for Punk to get that bracelet back. I love that he is now a hypocrite of Punk, or a hypocrite of McIntyre, excuse me. Because he would tell McIntyre, you get distracted easily. You get the emotions. You let your emotions get the better of you. But no, he let the emotions get the better of him this time, and it cost him the match. It let Drew get the win. I am also really interested to see how the finish plays into Seth versus Punk and Seth versus Drew, and hopefully an inevitable triple threat match between all 3 of these guys. 4 tortilla chips. Next up, we have Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. In my personal opinion, this was match of the night far and away, and it seems like a lot of other people agree with me on this sentiment. Priest versus Gunther went at each other and hit each other with some nasty-looking chops and kicks. It just felt like they really wanted to hit each other. And of course, this didn't help Gunther, who had just had a chop fest-filled match with Finn on Monday right before SummerSlam. But Priest being booked to be a smart babyface is something that will be interesting to see going forward, especially since he got his hands on Finn Balor almost immediately, and that cost him the match as well. With that out of the way, I give this match a nice 5 tortilla chips. Lastly, we have Cody versus Solo for the Undisputed Championship inside of a Bloodline Rules match. Now, if you had to compare this match to the Bloodline Rules match at Mania 40, I would say this one easily gets negative tortilla chips, but Due to the return of our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and the chaos that ensued once everyone made their way out to the ring, it did save the match from being a complete bust. So that's 2 3/4 tortilla chips from me. Overall, SummerSlam 2024 was a great card, headlined by the Judgment Day breakup, and of course headlined by the return of our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Overall, I would probably have to give SummerSlam 2024 a solid 4.5 tortilla chips. It wasn't perfect, but it was damn near close to perfect. And of course, someone's not going to like that. But I don't care, because this is my opinion. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Let me know what you thought about SummerSlam down in the comments below. Did you think it was a complete bust? Do you think it wasn't long enough? Do you think it was the perfect amount of time? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Nacho Wrestling. And I will see you guys next time.